Western Illinois head coach Joe Davis, the team coming off a loss against a really good nationally ranked Illinois State team. This is their open date. They're going to be back in action on September 28th when they host McKendree. So, Coach, just some thoughts on how that game went, and then we'll get to a few questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, positive for our program there to be, extremely competitive with a top 25 team there through basically about 3.5 quarters, and credit to Illinois State. I just think from a depth and culture standpoint, they know a little bit more what it takes to win, right now, and that's a lot. Of what we're talking about within our program is just practice habits and off-field habits and preparation habits, usually equate to winning when you're doing them the right way. So, but really competitive afternoon for our players in a very hostile road environment, our third in a row. And, so a lot of lessons to be learned. Excited about this football team. Still have a lot of belief in this football team. You look at our first 3 games, Northern Illinois enters the FBS top 25 this week. Indiana, I think, is the 25th ranked team in some polls, receiving votes, and some others. They're undefeated. And then certainly, a top 20 FCS program here, all on the road in our first 3 games. So we certainly have had our work cut out for us, but excited about the future here this fall for Western.
Here's the questions Barry had, and you alluded to a little bit, but if you had to say one thing, what were you most pleased with on Saturday?
Yeah, I think you have to be excited about the ability in the first half to first of all come back from an immediate 14-0 deficit. There was a couple moments in that game I think that our team could have folded, and they score on their first 2 drives. They do it pretty quickly, and we answer back and tie the game at 14. They go up 21-14. We tie it at 21-21, and then have another opportunity, there to score before the half. We take the ball in the second half. We drive it down the field, and we get a field goal block. They return it for a touchdown to go up 31-21. Again, another opportunity for them to basically pound the nail in the coffin, and they couldn't do it. We dug our heels in, and the offense takes the ball down the field and scores another touchdown to make it 31-28. So some resilience there and some bright spots, I think, just from a program standpoint in that football game.
And then he asked, you have impressive history of working with quarterbacks, and so what have you seen from Nathan Lamb? And what has he improved on, since the spring?
Yeah, I think Nate's kind of who we thought he was going to be in both the positives and the negatives. He possesses a lot of physical traits that you look for in a quarterback at this level, and the mental traits, and he certainly has flashed at times here in these first 3 games. And things he still has to work on, or things that sometimes you expect from a quarterback that hasn't played a ton of football at this level, just in terms of some decision making in some key situations. But obviously Nate gave us a great opportunity to be competitive Saturday and really make great decisions for the most part in that football game with the ball. And, we were able to get him involved in the QB run game a little bit as well. So, excited about Nate and again, just going to continue to build on him and hopefully continue to put him in good positions to succeed.
That's what I was going to ask about the run game. Is that would you like to see that amount out of him? Was that too much, too little, about right?
No, I think that's about right. He's certainly capable of carrying the football. I mean, that's a very veteran defense that he saw on Saturday, and a defense that has given a lot of quarterbacks a lot of problems, in the last year and a half of football. So, having 6 to 8 really designed quarterback runs for him, and then having another 6 to 8 scramble type opportunities for him, I think is about right. I think it's about healthy. You want him moving around. Again, for a guy that's 6'3", 230, you wouldn't think it, but he's slippery, he's athletic, he's fast, and he's physical. And so those are positive attributes that we got to keep building on here within our offense.
How do you use the bye week with no opponent to get healthy, prepare, stay on your normal routine? How's that all kind of mixed together?
Yeah, well, to me, this week is going to be physical for us. So we're not going to back off on this football team. This football team, still needs to learn how to compete. They need to learn how to push through. this football program, needs competitive reps, wherever we can find them. And so, as a coaching staff yesterday, we went out and had, a very physical, fast, spirited practice. Today, we're going to do the exact same thing, and then towards the end of this week, we'll focus a little bit more on some of our younger guys and getting them into some competitive situations and having some scrimmaging and some live tackling with some of the younger players. But this week, as far as I'm concerned, I told the team, this is not necessarily a bye week for us. We don't have a game on Saturday, but we're going to prepare just as if we have a game and practice like it. And again, hopefully these things will pay off for us as the season progresses.
Coach, appreciate your time this morning and hope the week goes well as planned. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you so much, Kyle.